The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, a Swiss football global superstar is getting fired up and ready to go for her World Cup debut in Dunedin. A Selwyn man isn't letting blindness deter his dreams as he prepares to conquer the world's biggest marathon. And football fever is ramping up in Dunedin, with one superfan travelling across the globe for the Women's World Cup. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. The Swiss football team is busy preparing for their first World Cup game, with one of their global superstars eager to get started. Alisha Lehmann is excited to be debuting on the world stage, but will be missing the support of her family as she plays at the end of the world.
The Swiss women's football team are 3 sleeps away from their first World Cup match in Dunedin. And their superstar forward Alisha Lehmann can't wait. She's the most followed female footballer in the world, with around 14 million followers on Instagram. She admits she earns more as a social media influencer than from her football career. But she's excited to be taking part in her first World Cup and says the team are over their jet lag and settling into the Dunedin conditions.
Come for the summer. But it's nice because I play in England, it's literally every day like this, so for me it's fine, you know.
While the team are excited for the tournament, they are surprised by the lack of build-up for the World Cup in the city, with the fan festival still going up in the Octagon and merchandise only just being displayed at the Civic Centre. But the team have still been enjoying Dunedin, checking out what the region has to offer in between their tournament preparations.
To the beach or tunnel walk beach or in the city, or some of stuff they saw penguins, or it was like a good day for the mindset.
The team feel it's been a long road to the World Cup, but are itching to finally step foot on the field to put their hard work into action.
Yes, we stay good, we train good, the motivation is very high to achieve our goals, so we are ready for Friday.
Switzerland's first game kicks off on Friday evening, where they are set to take on the Philippines in Dunedin's World Cup opening match. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Christchurch police have revealed more details about a large raid earlier this week, which saw a street in the suburb of Spraydon closed off and several people arrested.
A busy street in the Christchurch suburb of Spraydon saw some action on Monday as a large contingent of police officers descended on a private residence. Barrington Street was blocked off at 11 a.m, while a police team carried out a raid, with 2 men, aged 34 and 41, taken into custody. 2 other individuals at the address were apprehended as well and extensively questioned before being released. A special medic was also on hand in case of a medical emergency. Police confirmed they located and seized a modified pistol from the Barrington Street house, along with a crossbow and a sum of money. The 41-year-old man is facing charges of unlawfully possessing ammunition, unlawfully possessing a firearm, and possession of a utensil used for methamphetamine. The 34-year-old man is facing charges of injuries with intent to injure and failure to answer district court bail, and is due to reappear in the district court on August the 5th. In Christchurch, the South Today.
A blind Selwyn man with a passion for running is hoping to compete in this year's New York Marathon. Blair McConnell was born with a genetic eye disease and only took up running 4 years ago, but he hasn't let that stop him from his dream of running in the world's biggest marathon.
Running for a dream. Blind Selwyn man Blair McConnell is setting his sights high. He's aiming to compete in the prestigious New York Marathon this November. McConnell started running about 4 years ago, with the help of guides, after being something of an armchair sportsperson for most of his life. He recently started an intensive 16-week training program, which he's hoping will help him to be able to complete the marathon.
I'm certainly not expecting to win it. but just to complete it and having run all the way, I'll be absolutely thrilled if I can do that.
But he admits, at 42 kilometres long, this will be his first ever marathon. The 58-year-old was born with retinitis pigmentosa. It's a genetic disease which causes cells in the retina to break down slowly over time, resulting in progressive vision loss.
I had very limited sight as I was growing up, and that has deteriorated to the point that in my early 20s then I started using a mobility aid, a white cane, and then shortly after that I found the benefits of using a guide dog.
For both training and racing, guides run alongside vision-impaired joggers, helping them avoid obstacles with the help of a tether.
My guides have become not only running companions, but certainly friends and guides, and in some cases running coaches as well, because I've got a lot of running wisdom to share.
McConnell's a member of Achilles International New Zealand, an organisation that helps athletes with disabilities compete alongside able-bodied athletes. And come November, he's aiming to be one of 7 Achilles athletes on the start line for the gruelling marathon run through New York City. In Selwyn, the South Today.
Southern Polytechnic staff have been struggling with the lack of information around the looming cuts, as Te Pukenga have been refusing to state the number of jobs that will be affected. However, yesterday it was revealed 21 jobs across Otago Polytech and Southern Institute of Technology are on the chopping block as part of the major Te Pukenga restructure. 12 roles at Otago Polytechnic and 9 at SIT are set to be axed, with a further 35 roles proposed to be disestablished. Some staff say they've been experiencing a significant amount of anxiety during the merger, finding the restructure overwhelming. Te Pukenga are planning a 5-week consultation period before making any final decisions. An early learning centre in Gore joined in the festivities for the Māori New Year, honouring the occasion with a Matariki-themed planting ceremony.
Kidsway Early Learning Centre is a part of Pumahaka Kahui Aku, with members taking turns planting a tree each year to mark the Māori New Year. Around 60 people gathered in Tapanui to show their support at the ceremony, as a second tree was planted as a part of the 9-star Matariki representation. Kidsway choose to represent Kiwa Iterangi Star, symbolising future dreams for the young children, placing a green seat to match.
We chose a green bench because that is the colour of Kidsway and it means new life. And we chose the Kahikatea tree because it's about resilience, which is one of the virtues and values at Kidsway.
Kidsway chairwoman Robbie Finlayson says the planting at Tapanui Playground is aimed at promoting traditional Maori culture throughout the community. Kidsway are set to pass on the baton for next year's Matariki celebrations to the neighbouring Southland town of Waikaka. In Gore, the South Today.
A football fanatic has moved from across the world to Dunedin to try and be at the heart of this year's FIFA Women's World Cup. Natalie Smith has travelled extensively to watch the international football tournament before, and New Zealand will be her 6th World Cup.
Passion and dedication describe this football superfan. Natalie Smith's from the United States, but her unwavering love for women's football has her travelling around the world every 4 years. That's meant moving to Dunedin this time around, with a sports professor taking on a project to research the women's game in New Zealand. She's especially looking forward to the football firm's much anticipated game against fan favourite Switzerland.
I love a sellout crowd. I mean, I could watch, it doesn't matter the nation. Watching women's football in front of a sellout crowd is my favourite thing. I love it.
It's the first time the World Tournament's being held in the Southern Hemisphere and staged during the winter season. She reckons New Zealand will thrive playing in their home conditions.
So I'm excited to see them get to play in front of their nation. And I'm really hoping that they surprise people.
Smith's predicting more than 20,000 American fans will venture down under for this World Cup, alongside all the other international supporters. And she's encouraging Kiwi sports fans to embrace the tournament, which she says is an opportunity to watch the best of the best in women's football up close. In Dunedin, the South Today.
FI Yakane still to come on the South Today. A muddy and bloody end to the Rugby Southland Division 1 finals between rivals Tokanui and Wyndham, and a hunt for fresh para athletes in Central Otago offers the chance to give it a go.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Midwinter Boxing Day sale. John's reduced everything, no exceptions. Save 15 to 50% on Dunedin's biggest range of furniture and beds at Dunedin's lowest prices.
My mate John.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
The sun may be lower in the sky, but that doesn't lower the risk from skin cancer. Melanoma doesn't care about the season and will continue growing regardless. Don't let shorter days shorten your days. Book a full body mole map now.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. It was a hard-fought, muddy and even bloody battle in Goa over the weekend for the Rugby Southland Division 1 finals. Tokanui took on their rivals Wyndham Rugby Club for the 3rd time this season in a close match competing for an historic shield.
A loud roar from the crowd as Tokanui makes a break for the try line. It was a classic southern derby over the weekend as the Rugby Southland Division 1 final kicked off on Saturday afternoon. Tokanui went up against rivals Wyndham Rugby Club, which turned into a match worthy of the history books. Tokanui had already lost to Wyndham twice this season, with captain Jamie Callaghan proud of his team's effort as they closed out the trilogy.
Great group of guys, but yeah, really special for this group. Blooded a few new players, a few old boys finishing up, so yeah, really stoked.
The final was played on Tokanui's home ground, attracting around 1,000 enthusiastic supporters from both clubs. The score was equal at 16 all at the 73rd minute before a penalty kick was slotted by Tokanui to edge the win.
Yeah, pretty surreal. It's obviously been quite a big year for us with our centennial, and Wyndham are always a tough side. I think this is only the 2nd time I've beaten them, so to do it in the final is pretty special.
Coach Mel Dermody says it was great to win such a hard-fought battle on the club's centennial year and was proud to be taking home the historic Axopa Shield. In Tokanui, the South today.
While New Zealand athletes have been making their mark on the Paralympic world stage recently, Central Otago is looking for the next generation of para-athletes. Special Olympics New Zealand held a special session in the region, giving people the chance to try out some sports with the emphasis on just having a go.
Testing out their bowling skills. It was a sporty day in Alexandra as a group of budding athletes tried their hand at a range of sports featured in the Special Olympics. The Have a Go session was held at the Dunstan High School Gymnasium, with around 20 people getting involved with the competition.
Being able to participate in mainstream sports is great, but it's also good to be able to participate at a level that you're comfortable with, and with people that you feel comfortable with too.
The school holiday event was open to people of all levels of ability, from primary school age upwards. The athletes got to play games of bowls and table tennis, organisers hoping to give them a taste with the possible end target of the Special Olympics.
So we're trying to encourage these guys to do more sport, and hopefully maybe one day we can get into around New Zealand again.
Moffat says the Have a Go sessions were aimed at providing the athletes with a good environment to play sports and to meet like minds. In Alexandra, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Swiss superstar Alisha Lehmann is eager to get the ball rolling for the World Cup ahead of her debut on Friday. Blind runner Blair McConnell is pursuing his dreams as he works towards competing at this year's New York Marathon. And football superfan Natalie Smith moved to Dunedin all the way from the US to attend her 6th FIFA Women's World Cup. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Hello Hannah.
What can we expect in your paper tomorrow?
Well, you can expect a lot of stuff about the FIFA Women's World Cup. As you can see from your bulletin, there's plenty of stuff going on out there.
Absolutely.
We've got a big tabloid publication running tomorrow with the draw and all the information about the games coming up over the next few weeks.
Oh, handy information, thank you.
Very, very handy. We've also got a story from our Invercargill Bureau about a bunch of emails between councillors discussing the fallout from sexism allegations and the way they were handled.
Right.
We have news of a wind farm possibly being consented in Southland. We also have the premiere of the new Barbie film and a whole bunch of rugged Dunedin men who are very, very, very fond of Ken.
Oh, wonderful.
More fond than possibly anyone sensibly should be, but that's beside.
There's something for everyone at that movie apparently.
Indeed, and Thursday, being Thursday, we also have our arts section as well.
Okay, lovely. Thank you for sharing, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a cold southerly airflow tonight will swing around to the east tomorrow and tend northeast on Friday, keeping cloud along the Otago coast but clearing the weather elsewhere. Heading to the top of the South Island. Fresh nor'easterlies tomorrow with late rain and 14-degree highs for Nelson and Greymouth, while Christchurch is cooler with 10 degrees, showers and sou'westerlies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Showers and sou'westerlies with 9 in Ashburton, with that same high for Timaru and Iwamaru, but it should stay dry with cloudy skies and moderate winds. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. Cloudy with breezy easterlies through here with 9-degree highs in Wanaka and Alexandra, while Queenstown is just behind on 8 tomorrow. Heading through the south. Mostly fine tomorrow with 10 degrees in Gore and Balclutha, but it will be windy with gusty nor'easterlies. Meanwhile in the Catlins it'll be cloudy with 9 degrees and a southeast breeze. And across to Invercargill. Showers clearing tonight with a low of 5. Tomorrow looks sunny with nor'westerlies and a high of 10 degrees. Then into Friday it'll be mostly fine with warm winds and up to 13 as the high. And finally heading to Dunedin. Rain tonight with cold southerlies and a low of 6. Thursday gets off to a wet start, but it should dry out with chilly sou'easterlies coming through later in the day, with just 8 as the day's high. Friday will be cloudy with breezy nor'easterlies, along with a high of 9 degrees. And that's the news this Wednesday. For the latest news and videos from around the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, and we're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.